to this edition of Big Scott 35. Uh, Today is Saturday, March 4th. Another month down in a year. We're into the third month. So that means we're four months away. I don't care how many weeks. We're in 4 months away from the national getting going. So never too early to think about that. Next is we're going to be talking about the week there was and the week that will be and everything in between. So it started out with me just yammering and yakking away on a Sunday night. Just not much to say, just, a little roundup of how I felt the week before, trying to get myself back together. I think I did a good job. Just refocusing on what the Sunday night means to me, how it little bit in my mind got out of focus of what I wanted to be to begin with, taking things for granted, just being humbled. And yeah, I think it was a good show. Uh, Good turnout, good questions, good interaction. Uh, and I'll talk more about tomorrow night a little later on the week that will be. Then we had Wednesday where I just showed some additions, pickups. Uh, Nothing huge, just that's my additions, man. That's how I roll. They were from the show. A couple of autos, a couple. I did realize now that we brought this up, I would have this in a one touch, but I don't have any right now. And I've already paid. I already used my my funds already for this next couple of weeks. So this is an auto, on card auto. Did a little researching and whatnot, so I was very happy with that. And for what I paid for it was dumb. But yeah, so I was happy with that, with the Olaf Kolzig uh, on that one. Just opened up a couple packs during the week. I will be showing some of the couple of nice cards I got out of that. I did get a hardware card, not the one I wanted, but one I'm sure one of my friends would probably want. Uh, see, sorry about that. Just finished eating dinner. Like I said, late day. Uh, Been kind of busy. I was trying to clean my desk to do this today because I want to show off some Frank Thomas. But that more of that in a little while. So then we got to Nerdy Thursday. Nerdy Thursday was a book report and talking about some games I picked up and just chatting about nerdy stuff and how I feel. And that went longer, way longer than I thought it was going to be. But y'all know how I get. When I start chatting, man, it gets going. I can go down some rabbit holes. And then that gets us to today. And today I'm going to show Frank Thomas book album that I have. Again, this is just the album, so this is just non-auto, non-mem, non-graded. Uh, I'll be showing that on a future episode. This is just how I put stuff in an album. So let's take a look. So you see here, starting off with the 91s. The 90s are in my to be graded or to look at to be graded. Still trying to get that 10. I probably will be giving up on that soon. I have already went through that box and did one big purge. Looking to do another purge. Really changing on getting my own stuff graded and putting a new emphasis on do I really need to get it graded or not. So when I put cards in the book, I start off with one way I wanted to do it, and now I just like to have the similar cards, the different versions kind of together. As you can see, that was the top, so I'm missing quite a bit of his tops run. Frank is something that I tend to pull or look for more 90s inserts of his instead of his regular card. Uh, so this duos I pulled quite a few of back in the days. Him and Adam Dunn, and with old man Ram up there. Uh, and put him with a lot of duels. Yeah, that's going to be. I'll show you the back of that in a minute. So that's a reprint there of that No Name, which is a bucket list item of mine. That is something that I do, keep an eye out for. Is the No Name, and I probably will ask people to kind of look for that for me at the National this year or any show you're at. You know, keep an eye out. I just don't want to pay an arm and a leg. I know they're out there. I just don't want to pay stupid for it. I probably will. Uh, yeah, so this is just going into it. I like one of my favorite ones there. Really like this card. Him and Jimenez, beautiful. Blue. I think I have the red one as well. Gallery. And I like to have a full page if I can of a card. But I just got one sitting there, one shy of a full page. Uh, so some archives. Allen Ginter. Allen Ginter really loves old Frank Thomas. Blue Jays. Not too much in his A's when he was with the A's uniform. I tend to, those are not cards I go after too much. I really like him in his White Sox uniform. Just like King Griffey. I have so many cards of them to pick up that I can pick and choose a little bit, when I'm out and about. I'd rather have him in his White Sox. That's what he's known for. You know, that is one of my favorite cards. I do have that graded. Don't think I have it on the shelf though. I just always liked that Stadium Club card. I don't know why. I'm a portrait guy. I don't know. I do like the action, but I love the portraits. I'm a sucker for portraits. That's why I should be a vintage guy because that's when it was really big. But I like that card. I like the old look. But I like the guys that I've watched. And I used to watch the Frank Thomas every night. It was on WGN. The old days, the Hawking, put it on the board. Yes, you got love the finest. Some cards I just pick up when I see it. There's finest. You'll see those in value boxes, dollar boxes all the time. Um, I can't say no to them a lot of times. Really like that one. That one I got, I believe, from Mike O's cell group. A lot of these Frank Thomases I think I got from Mike, especially when you get to some of the inserts. Don't ask me why I got so many long ball leaders. That's when I just opened a ton of all the 91, 92, opened a ton of that product back in the day. Big Hurt. You got to have the Big Hurt. Frank Thomas. Sorry if I'm low. My microphone's a little away from me. Diamond Kings. Some of them are a little rough. Some of them look good. I did buy some lots on Facebook Marketplace for Frank Thomas as well. Because I just didn't have a lot, considering when I started watching videos and I found out what player, I was like, man, I'll have a lot of one player. Um, I didn't. So before the everything went crazy in our world, I could get lots, team player lots. Like I got this in a player lot. This 23 carat. I have this also, I believe, in Ken Griffey Jr. So, if not that, something very similar. I believe this is two sided. Yep. It's got Greg Jeffries on the other side with the Cardinals. That's an all-star card. So Greg Jeffries is proof that he was an all-star. 91 Fleer, everybody's favorite. 92 Fleer. That is just an awesome card. Back then, 92 Fleer, the inserts. We didn't have number. I don't think in 92, did we have numbers yet? I don't think we did. But man, when you had inserts like this is when the competition started with who had the prettiest cards, man. You're going to have Chrome and stuff like that coming out real soon. You had 92 Fleer Ultra. You had the start of Stadium Club. All that was just like, you know, man, they just try to outdo each other. And we just don't have that anymore. It's pretty boring stuff right now. Everybody, I think I really do like this year's card flagship. Everybody's comparing it to 90, 83, 84. I don't, because it's a floating head. It's not in a circle. It's not in a box. It's a little different, and they got the logo down there. It definitely has a new this century flair to it, and I appreciate that. But it's got all the stats on the back, and very nice card for the year. Um, just love this. Young Frank Thomas, 91 Upper Deck. Did not have 90 Fleer. Again, that one is, in my to be graded. I have it graded. Yep, I have it right there over yonder, graded, which I'll be showing in a future. Throw back to a stickers for Upper Deck. This one here, I found this in a box. I don't even know. I'm sure it's Upper Deck because it has an Upper Deck feel. It's for the Heroes. I just thought that was a cool card. Never saw it before. I picked that one up. I can say to myself, I have not seen every card that's out there, and I love when I see cards like that. Uh, a lot of the players from the 90s, just beautiful card. I don't need all the flash and flare. I just want the players. Then you got here like the die cut regular. These are nice SPs. I really like this set. And they came out with this one. What was that Master? The UD Masterpieces. Kind of, I don't know if they Topps Gallery or if this came out first. Probably Gallery, I think. Let's see. Still got it. All right. And the famous from Mr. Baseball. Got a couple of those. Shout out to Danner. That's man. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. Again, I could sit here and talk. Now, I did open up a box of this score to try to hit some of these gold. I did well, but this one I did really good. It didn't have the paper loss. I did have some with just not salvageable. Um, but I found a cheap box of that and I opened it just to get out the golds. But you could. That was before like pricing just got so crazy. Um, Frank Thomas for mayor, hit parade. I'm missing one of these, I believe. I think it's slugging for that one. Peachy Premier. And it's funny, like I never ran into these. Ran into them at one show, then ran into them again at another show. Different parts of the country, different dealers. It was kind of funny. Just like the gold. Really nice there. Really like that. Fencing behind the cage. Old pinnacle. Hostess. Duracell. I don't know how many things of Duracell I bought to get all of those. Classics. And that's it. That's the end of my Frank Thomas book. Back to Scott. Well, there you have it. That was my album. I hope everybody appreciated watching that. It's nothing too crazy. I don't have a lot of those 90s inserts. Frank Thomas is kind of, yes, even though I have 35 in my name, he's probably my fifth or sixth person I go after. And Ken Griffey's probably right before him when I go to shows. I tend to run into a lot of Cal Ripkins, but now I am hardcore looking after some Brett Beatty's now that he's almost forgotten. I was kind of getting into him before the season starts. I think I want to get Ronnie Marciano, whatever, before the season starts. And because they're already making a name of themselves in the New York papers. Uh, Francisco Alvarez for the Mets. Then, of course, Pete. And I'm David Wright. I'm really been not trying to get on some David. I need to make a spreadsheet for David Wright and kind of move him up in my ladder of PC guys. And I've been really enjoying some older wrestling, hockey. I don't really go after it. I just kind of, if it's there, I look through it, and if it's something, one of the caps, any the name caps that I really like, or any wrestling, Undertaker, AJ Styles, some of the Van Dam, Stone Cold. I'm trying to think who else is. So it ain't like the females. I'm a dude. Uh, so really enjoying that. And how I am non-sports. I've been looking more and more at non-sports stuff. So even though it sounds like a lot that I PC, it's really not. And I still look at the oddball food and beverage stuff. Sorry, Rick, for calling it an oddball. But other than that, when I go to shows, it's kind of I am more focused than I ever have before. I would have pulled out all the rookies. I would have got first. It didn't matter who it was. Every Met I saw that was numbered or auto. So I've really had to change some of that stuff. I still will get some Mets autos if it's players I don't have, especially obscure players. Uh, you'll be seeing that in some PSA DNA stuff that I'm doing now. I'll get in person when I can't find the other stuff, and a lot of times I can get in person very very cheap. And baseball collector Mike Moorhan, he made a great point, and I always try to give credit where credit's due when I hear something from somebody, because it's not. I agree with it. Now it becomes my thought as well, but I don't think when it comes to, I don't think too many people are faking $10 autographs or $20 autographs uh, on eBay, and I still get them authenticated just in case, and I'm not worried. I don't want to lose $10 or $20 just because, but hopefully, it doesn't, and I'll have some of that to show this week, and I'll get them that now. So that leads into the week that's going to be. So Sunday night, it's going to be me and Nats Man talking about baseball. The WBC starting this week. We'll lay out the brackets, talk about some of the teams, some of the players, and how it could affect the hobby at all. Uh, in my opinion, and Nats Man's opinion, and hopefully other people's opinion. I might even put up a little thing tonight going into tomorrow about see what other people think, since I could do that now. So things like that. Let's see. Then let's see. That'll be tomorrow. Wednesday will be. I know this is. I do. I'm crazy. I'm crazy like this. PSA DNA reveal. My first ever. My first ever through the mail stuff. My a lot of first in this one, and then also in the same video. Hold on. SGC, but don't tell nobody because that is just crazy. Uh, then we're gonna have a Nerdy Thursday. Uh, Probably gonna be talking about the new Mandalorian a little bit. Try not to spoil it if you haven't seen it and you're watching it, and you haven't seen it yet. Shame on you. I think Bad Batch. We're gonna wind that up, and what else is out there? Whatever video game I get into, have it really busy. I'll have something to tell you all probably the next week. It's coming up the week after, if something doesn't change, and I hopefully have some good news for you this week about my car search. Went today to go try to buy one, and I couldn't get anybody to give money to. So nobody would talk to me. So with that being said, it's tough when you're out there trying to give somebody money and they don't want to take it. Let's see. That's probably going to wrap it up for me tonight. I don't think I left anything out. It's been, fun week, bounce back week for me. Smiling, baseball season, hockey season. It's even for me in March Madness, basketball. I like watching. Like I was watching a little bit of what is it the one with Indiana State and Bradley tournament today. I like some of those smaller tournaments are fun to watch. It's their time to shine for these colleges on ESPN and stuff. I like the small schools get shots. It upsets me in the college football. Used to watch it all the time, and because of that, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. So, like, share, tell a friend. If you haven't, subscribe. That's all I got. Until next time, see ya.